together as the United States of America. So please get vaccinated today. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
Well, that has become a pretty common scene in this country. We are in the middle of the biggest foreign policy debacle since Vietnam. The president strolls away after talking about COVID, and he's asked about Afghanistan. Joining me now to talk about that and other things is Arizona Gubernatorial Candidate, friend of mine and a really good dude, Matt Salmon. Matt, is it incompetence? Is it no love of country? Look, you know these people. What are we looking at right now? Is it both?
I served with Joe Biden. He's never had a compass. He doesn't really have any policy chops for anything. And you know, over the years, every time one of the liberals in his caucus takes a position, he says, "Me too." He just doesn't have a rudder, and it's very, very frustrating. And right now, it's costing us dearly as a nation. It's costing us globally because our friends and our allies are wondering what the heck's going on with us, whether they can trust us in the future. The president of China, Xi Jinping, is jumping all over this and trying to threaten Taiwan, saying, "Look how terrible the United States is as an ally. They don't back their friends. That's what's going to happen to you." The same thing, you know, it could be true with Putin and dealing with all of our enemies abroad. You know, the North Korea, all of them, and it's frightening because all he's sending out is a message of total weakness.
Can you explain the China angle right now? Because everybody I know who actually knows about this stuff, yourself included, brings up China when we're talking about what's going on right now. Why? Why is China looking at this and thinking, hey, maybe it's time to gobble up some of the weaker sheep?
Because they use propaganda every chance they get. And when they see a chink in the armor, they're going to try to exploit it. And I think it's pretty clear that how we handled the move out, pull out in Afghanistan was an abysmal failure and an embarrassment for our country. And I think that they're seizing on any opportunity that they can. He was in the news last week, right after the debacle at the airport, saying, "Look what kind of a weak ally the United States is. You just can't count on them." And you know, when Trump was in office, nobody would have even contemplated a screw up like this. And China was silent because they knew that he was going to stand up to them. You know, they've been stealing our IP, stealing our jobs, doing everything they can to get in the face of the U.S. And Trump, he stared them down and backed them down on the trade war. And you know, for years and years and years, we've had this horrible deficit with China. And Trump is the only president I can remember in my lifetime that's actually narrowed that deficit.
Okay, do we have the military capability or will, or probably neither, to stop China if they decide they want to just take Taiwan tomorrow? What's stopping them in all seriousness? Can we? Are we there? Or can NATO get involved? How do we stop this?
Well, I think first and foremost, we have to tell China that any kind of aggression on our allies is aggression against us. You know, Jesse, you know, having served in the military, that we've had strong bilateral relationships with Taiwan for a long time. We've been doing military sales to them. In 1979, we passed the Taiwan Relations Act. It's a free democracy there, where they freely elect their representatives as well as their president. And if we turn our backs on our allies, we have no credibility going forward. Look, I do still believe we have a strong and a great military. Biden hasn't completely ruined that yet. Some of the people that he's put in place, I think, have mixed priorities. They have wrong priorities. Instead of peace through strength, their ideas, you know, talking about critical race theory and some of the other stupid things that they've been trying to shove down the throats of our military. But you know, we who are conservatives, we got to stand up and fight. We got to speak loudly. I mean, that's why I'm running for governor, because I think Washington, D.C. right now is a lost cause. And we're going to have strong leaders all across the country standing up and fighting back against the federal government, against its encroachment into virtually every aspect of our lives, against all the spending that they're doing, against the stupid things that they're trying to shove down our throats. Just recently, the Department of Justice open an investigation on our police department in the city of Phoenix. And it's just another mechanism for defunding the police. It's just one thing after another, Jesse. And they want to do everything they can to weaken the states. And we have to have strong governors like, Governor DeSantis, Governor Abbott, Governor Noem, standing up and saying, you know what, there is a 10th Amendment to the Constitution. We're not going to stand here and take it. We're going to fight you on it. We're going to stand up and fight for our states. We have our founding fathers envisioned that the real seat of power in this country was coming from the states and the people. That's why they created the 10th Amendment to the Constitution. We got to stand up and assert that and fight with everything we got, because right now the federal government has totally lost its way.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.